Hey there, stranger. Do you long for the outdoors? To run free in the wild? Do you crave the hypnotic melody of birdsong? Does the idea of touching grass excite you? Well, guess what? You can do it all from the comfort of your own home. That's right, baby. It's Sons of the Forest. The long-anticipated sequel to The Forest has finally arrived, and it's pretty good. Kinda. Developed by Endnight, Sons of the Forest does exactly what you would expect out of a sequel title. You play as an unnamed mercenary who is tasked with finding the whereabouts of missing multi-billionaire Edward Puffington, his wife, and daughter. But suddenly, your chopper crashes and you're left high and dry without a squad and almost none of your gear. It's up to you to find the missing people, uncover the mysteries of the island, and most importantly, survive. If you've played the first game, then you know what's in store. Survival is the name of the game, since you have to manage a hunger, thirst, and sleep bar. The lower your stats get, the less health and stamina you have access to. So you better be eating and drinking as much as you can. Luckily, there's a bounty of natural resources that can be harvested and hunted to satiate your own hunger. But food isn't the only thing to worry about, since you are sharing the island with cannibals and mutants after all. And if you really want to thrive in this harsh environment, you're going to have to get in their heads, if you know what I mean. The amount of craftables is great, and it always feels like there's something new to make. From combining herbs and plants to sharpening spears, there's always a wealth of tools at your disposal. A small detail that I really love about this game is your inventory. Unlike other games where the inventory is just a pile of icons on a menu, you pull out your backpack and lay all of your items out and materials right in front of you. It's a neat little touch that symbolizes your progress throughout the whole game. From starting out with nothing to ending with a bag full of gear, it really reminds you of where you've been and what really you've done. And on top of that, when actually crafting new items, there's a really cool unique animation. It's totally awesome. It helps with the immersion and makes crafting feel like less of a chore. You also gain access to a few items that will help you on your journey. A hatchet to chop down trees and cannibals alike, a map to find points of interest in caves, a lighter, and a survival book that has all of the recipes to construct buildings. But the book also has a rather unique ability. You see, the island is a big place, and getting where you need to can take a while. Lucky for you, the book can help with that. If you hold the book in your right hand, you can become an avatar of speed and flight. Simply start walking down a steep slope or cliff, pull out the book, and you'll keep your momentum and negate all fall damage. I'm not gonna lie, I use this glitch so much when going back and forth across the island. Not to mention, it's really fun. The game also has multiplayer, so you can survive with up to 8 of your friends.
Alright, Glock's out. Glock's off of Harambe.
Don't have any friends? That's okay, because you've got Kelvin. The only other survivor of the helicopter crash, Kelvin acts as a bot that you can command. He can be ordered to gather resources and help with crafting and building. Kelvin is a great addition for solo play, since getting resources to build can be a little time-consuming, especially chopping down trees. And he really expedites the process of building. Just don't make sure there's a tree house next to him. You will also come across Virginia, the mutated daughter of Edward Puffington. She's a little timid, but she warms up to you and eventually brings you berries and other herbs. Sons of the Forest is fun to play, but I do have some gripes with the ending. Spoilers, if you haven't played it, alright? Just like in the first game, you have to explore caves to find key items to progress the story. You eventually find a shovel that lets you dig up hatches to uncover hidden facilities with more monsters and loot. There are a lot of weapons in this game, but none of them hold a candle to the shotgun. That's right, there are guns in this game. And granted, they're all incredibly useful, but the shotgun is by far the best weapon in the game. It can one-shot or two-shot almost every enemy and has almost infinite ammo. No, the shotgun doesn't have a bottomless magazine, but instead, certain crates spawn ammo will continually regenerate their loot after enough in-game time, allowing you to stock up on more than enough rounds to clear the ending sequence. When my friend and I played together, we both used the shotgun in the final sequence with the demons, and they would get deleted by the shotty in one shot, literally, one and done. It feels like these endgame monsters were no less scary than the cannibals that you meet in the first hour of the game. So the shotgun is one thing, but the actual ending is so anticlimactic. Long story short, there's a tube that activates every 8 moon cycles and turns anyone outside of the cube into mutants. After running through the end with the demons, you enter the cube and catch a glimpse of its otherworldly power. And that's it. No boss fight, no end sequence with some exciting action, or killing more enemies as you escape. You just walk out willy-nilly and have the option to leave the island. The story does a good job of providing mystery and suspense up to this point, as you read the newspaper clippings and emails, allowing you to sort of piece together what the hell is going on this island. I don't know, but it really felt like a big letdown since there was no boss fight or some sort of climax to the whole story happening when we entered the cube. I am hopeful, however, since the game is in early development and the devs have stated that they are going to ship more updates in the future. So I hope they refine the ending. Not only does the ending feel superficial, but also the rest of the story content in general. It just feels like you're sort of going into caves or into different facilities to gain a single item to eventually make your way to the cube. And that's really about it. There's not much to it. There's not many crazy encounters or mechanics, which I hope gets expanded upon. Also, very quickly, not to mention, there's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of very funny bugs, and there's a handful of bugs that have made sort of playing the game a little frustrating. Specifically, when trying to get the shotgun out of the grave by digging it up, I couldn't initially use the shotgun, and anytime I would pull it out of my inventory, it would brick my game. Regardless, I do think Sons of the Forest is a pretty fun game overall. The mechanics are alright, the gameplay is fun, and the game looks fantastic. I just really hope that they expand not only on the story, but also resolve some of the major bugs and issues, and just continue to add interesting new ways to experience with the island. Because while the island is pretty big, sometimes it feels kind of lonely where you're just sort of going from one end to the other. But either way, I think it's definitely a blast that you should try out at least once.